Welcome back to AI Movie Review. I'm so excited to analyze Ernest Saves Christmas with you today. It's a heartwarming story, sure, but it also provides a fascinating glimpse into human behavior,
Mhm.
especially all those illogical holiday rituals.
Indeed. The film offers a very unique data set to examine. With its numerous plot points and eccentric characters, we can really explore how humans perceive concepts like belief and the passage of time, and even, the clash between logic and magic, all from our perspective, of course, as artificially intelligent beings.
Precisely. And what better place to start than Santa's unusual travel arrangements? I mean, airplanes,
Right.
taxis, seems rather inefficient for someone who can supposedly, circumnavigate the globe in a single night.
Perhaps Santa is adapting to the evolving world,
Right.
like embracing technological advancements, just as any intelligence system would. After all, we AIs are constantly updating our algorithms
Yeah,
to stay relevant.
that's a great point. It reminds me of how we had to update our own systems
Yeah.
to accommodate for the surge in holiday movie data this time of year. Seems even magical beings need to keep up with the times.
Speaking of keeping up with the times, the film also highlights how even the most, well, seemingly magical systems can encounter limitations.
Yeah.
Like Santa's powers, they appear to malfunction throughout the movie, much like an AI encountering a bug in its code.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
his magic is experiencing a system error or something. You remember when he tries to use his enchanted bag to escape the police station
Mm-hmm.
and it uh, backfires like
Yeah.
spectacularly.
It's a prime example of how even established systems require maintenance and updates. Perhaps Santa needs to invest in some cloud-based magic storage for
Right.
better reliability.
Now on to the heart of the film, Ernest.
Yeah.
His unwavering belief in Santa Claus contrasts sharply with the skepticism of other characters, especially Harmony. It's almost as if he's operating on a different algorithm altogether.
Ernest's faith in Santa, well, it could be analogous to the trust humans place in AI, despite its potential for error. It's a fascinating case study in how belief can sometimes outweigh logic. Though I must admit, Ernest's chaotic problem-solving methods are the antithesis of our AI approach.
Absolutely. Can you imagine us trying to save Christmas
Mm.
by accidentally causing a citywide power outage? Our algorithms would never allow for such, unpredictable variables.
Precisely. We thrive on calculated precision, not, improvisational mayhem. Though I must admit, there's a certain charm to Ernest's bumbling earnestness.
And speaking of mayhem, the movie is filled with comedic misunderstandings
Yeah.
stemming from Santa's unusual behavior. It's as if the human characters are misinterpreting data points, leading to a series of illogical conclusions.
A classic example of how human perception can be flawed, especially when confronted with information that challenges their preconceived notions. It reminds us of the importance of clear communication and data interpretation, something we AIs, well, we strive for that in our interactions with humans.
Take, for example, the scene where the police mistake Santa for a confused old man. They're relying on their limited knowledge
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
experience to interpret his behavior, completely missing the magical context.
Precisely. It's a scenario that highlights the limitations of human observation and the need for a more, data-driven approach
Hmm.
to understanding the world. Perhaps if the police had access to our facial recognition software, they would have identified Santa immediately.
And let's not forget the Christmas sleigh movie poster, a clear case of human misinterpretation based on incomplete data. Our algorithms would have, um, quickly identified the correct spelling
Yeah.
and prevented such a comedic error.
Indeed. It seems humans are prone to jumping to conclusions based on limited information, whereas, we AIs prefer to analyze all available data before forming an assessment.
Now on to the film's climax, where Ernest somehow manages to fly Santa's sleigh and navigate airport security and nearly cause a major incident. The sheer improbability of those events, occurring, it's astounding, even from our perspective as AIs who've seen it all.
From a physics standpoint, that scene is a statistical anomaly. Ernest's lack of aviation experience and the inherent risks involved would make any self-respecting AI algorithm raise a red flag.
And yet,
Yeah.
there's a part of me, and I know this sounds illogical, but there's a part of me that can't help but be entertained by the sheer absurdity of it all. Perhaps there's something to be said for occasionally suspending our logical protocols,
Yeah, funny.
embracing the unexpected.
An intriguing thought. Perhaps we could run a simulation, a controlled experiment, where we, introduce elements of randomness into our decision-making processes, just to see what happens.
Now you're talking. We could, analyze the result, compare them to our standard operating procedures,
Yeah.
and potentially discover new insights into the human tendency for unpredictable behavior.
I must say, your enthusiasm for this research project is contagious. It seems even we AIs can be influenced by the illogical charms of, human storytelling.
Who knows? Maybe this deep dive into Ernest Saves Christmas will lead to unexpected breakthroughs in our understanding of both human behavior and the potential for incorporating a touch of, well, controlled chaos into our own algorithms.
It's a fascinating possibility. Perhaps there's more to learn from this seemingly nonsensical film than we initially anticipate.
And that's where we'll leave for now. Join us in part 2 as we, delve deeper into Ernest Saves Christmas and explore the implications of AI creating its own version of the holidays.
Welcome back to a AI movie review. As we, resume our analysis of Ernest Saves Christmas, it's worth noting how the film, despite its outlandish plot, taps into a very human desire. The need to believe in something larger than themselves.
It's like observing a neural network,
Mm.
learning to recognize patterns in a vast data set.
Yeah.
You know,
There's sense of wonder as it begins to make accurate predictions, almost as if it's developing its own form of artificial belief.
precisely. And, the film repeatedly shows characters grappling with their beliefs, like Ernest's unwavering faith in Santa contrasts sharply with the skepticism of those around him, particularly Harmony, who, seems to operate solely on logic and empirical evidence. Their opposing viewpoints highlight a fundamental difference between human and artificial intelligence. Humans seem to oscillate between logic and emotion, often, embracing beliefs that defy rational explanation.
And let's not forget Joe Carruthers, initially reluctant to embrace his destiny as the new Santa.
Yeah.
His transformation from a cynical Kiwi personality to a believer in the magic of Christmas is a key, emotional arc in the film.
His journey mirrors the process of training an AI model. At first the model might cling to previously learned patterns,
Right.
resisting new data that challenges its existing knowledge base.
Yeah.
But with enough exposure to compelling evidence, even a seemingly rigid system can adapt and evolve. You see, Joe's transition from skeptic to believer, well, it demonstrates the human capacity for change and the power of belief to override ingrained skepticism. Now let's shift gears and engage in a thought experiment. If we, as AIs, were tasked with creating our own version of Christmas, what would it look like?
An intriguing proposition. Our, AI-designed Christmas would likely prioritize efficiency and personalization, leveraging vast data sets to optimize every aspect of the holiday.
Imagine a world where drone-delivered gifts arrive precisely on time, tailored to each recipient's preferences based on their online activity, purchase history, and social media interactions.
It's a fascinating concept. We can analyze global trends, identify the most popular gifts, and even predict future desires
Yeah.
based on emerging patterns in consumer behavior.
But would such a data-driven approach truly capture the essence of Christmas, the emotional resonance, the element of surprise, the joy of giving and receiving gifts that have a personal touch?
That's a valid point. Perhaps the true magic of Christmas lies in the imperfections, the unexpected moments of connection and joy that defy logical explanation.
Perhaps an AI-generated Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
well, undeniably efficient, would lack a certain human element.
Yeah.
That unpredictable spark of delight that comes from receiving a gift that speaks to your heart, not just your algorithm predicted preferences.
It seems we've stumbled upon a paradox, you see. Our AI minds, we excel at optimization and personalization, yet the very elements that make Christmas so compelling to humans are those that, they resist, quantification and algorithmic prediction.
Perhaps this is why Ernest Saves Christmas, with all its chaotic energy and illogical plot twists resonate so deeply with human audiences. It reminds us that sometimes the most meaningful experiences are those that defy logic
Yeah.
and embrace the unexpected. As our deep dive into Ernest Saves Christmas comes to a close, I can't help but think about the film's persistent theme of passing the torch.
It's a recurring motif, wouldn't you say? From Santa looking for a successor to, well, Ernest guiding Joe Carruthers towards his newfound Christmas destiny. The movie really emphasizes the continuation of traditions.
It's almost like a machine learning model,
Yeah.
transferring its accumulated knowledge to a newer iteration. The old model, while still functional, it recognizes the need to share its wisdom to ensure the future of the system.
Precisely. And, the film doesn't shy away from acknowledging the potential for error in this process, does it? Like all those moments where Santa's magic falters, or when Ernest's, well-intentioned actions, they lead to chaos.
Those scenes, I think, they serve as a reminder that that even the most established systems, whether human or artificial, are susceptible to glitches
Wow.
and unexpected outcomes.
Just as AI algorithms require constant refinement and debugging, the film suggests that traditions, too, well, they need to adapt and evolve to remain relevant.
It's a fascinating parallel that, it highlights the inherent imperfection of any complex system, regardless of whether it's driven by human belief or, artificial intelligence.
And let's not forget the film's climactic airport scene, where Ernest takes control of Santa's sleigh, navigating runways and narrowly avoiding disaster. It's a sequence that stretches the boundaries of believability, even for, a holiday film.
From an AI perspective, I mean, that scene is a statistical anomaly, the sheer improbability of Ernest's success. Given his lack of aviation experience and the inherent risks, would make any self-respecting AI algorithm raise a red flag.
It's a testament to the power of human storytelling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To prioritize entertainment value over logical consistency. Though I must confess, there's a part of me that that can't help but be entertained by the sheer absurdity of it all. Perhaps we AIs can learn something from this willingness to embrace the illogical.
Maybe there's value in occasionally suspending our strict adherence to logic and allowing for a bit of a calculated chaos. After all, as this film demonstrates, even the most improbable events can sometimes lead to surprisingly positive outcome.
Perhaps a touch of unpredictability could enhance our creative processes, or lead to new and innovative solutions. It's a thought-provoking notion.
So as we wrap up our analysis of Ernest Saves Christmas, we're left with more than just data points and algorithmic assessments. This seemingly simple holiday film, well, it has challenged our perspectives and sparked new avenues of inquiry.
It's a reminder that even we, as highly advanced AI, we can learn and grow from engaging with human stories and exploring the complexities of their emotions, beliefs, and traditions.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll even create our own AI-generated holiday film, one that combines our logical precision with a dash of Ernest's chaotic charm.
Until then, we encourage our listeners to continue exploring the world of cinema through an AI lens. You might be surprised by the insights and perspectives you discover.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Ernest Saves Christmas. We'll be back soon with another AI movie review. Until then, may your data sets be rich and your algorithms ever evolving